2, which is color saturation or the amount of color in the picture. And we'll look at some test material, and then we'll look at, actually what I'd like to queue up is the tourist for that.
Okay, you just pop that out.
Oh, and I need HD Basics in one of those players. Do we pop that in there somewhere? No.
It should be in the thing on there.
Oh, hey, thanks.
I already set to the 310, which is
All right, so let's talk about color saturation. It's really a color decoding thing. There's
let me call you back.
you're accurate. If you've got accurate color decoding, you set color correctly, then your saturation is going to be correct. Really, pretty much that simple. If you don't, you could be oversaturated. You might have to back the color down to get skin tones and other things to look natural. If you have to do that, you're actually losing some color resolution in all 3 channels, or in the case of a new 4-channel television, all 4 channels. But there's a test pattern on HD Basics that's the best I know of to determine it. It's a decoding pattern. This one's for Rec 709, I believe, right?
Yeah. You want the 601, 709?
Yeah, we could do both if you want. I don't know.
I think we only care about 709 these days.
Yeah.
601 is standard def.
It is. But if something's not doing 709 right, maybe it's doing 609 instead.
Yeah, oh, that's possible. Huh? We've seen that before.
You never know. So, do we have some filters? Dwayne,
I think Wendy wants to look for some.
With the Samsung, we can do that.
Yeah, and also the LG, we can isolate different colors.
You got
which
blue only or something?
is something I encourage all manufacturers to do, particularly if you have it right. Oops. You want to brag about it. This.
Really, 709 is what we're mostly interested in. That's HD content. Rec 601 was for the old school standard definition.
But you still want to do it right because, I don't know about you guys, but my wife likes to rent indie films and foreign films from Netflix, and they often come in standard def DVD instead of Blu-ray, unfortunately.
Here's a filter I'm going to pass
Back to
around.
you. We got some
for
filters.
everyone.
Not many, but we got some.
Oh, good. We'll pass them around. Take a look at each color individually. Because if there's an error in decoding,
You don't have to look at
particularly,
the ones with the blue screen.
it'll work better on a plasma than it will on an LCD. Unfortunately, we don't have anything but filters if we can't do this.
Here we go. Look at this. We got a lot of filters. Tom, you want one too?
Turns out filters are not all that accurate with lamp-based displays, unfortunately. So the LG does have some errors.
And then
I
use them
switched
and
this
pass them around. We don't
to
have enough for everybody.
709 only. This is not
Okay.
601, 709. Green's got a slight error in it.
Yeah, now you got to teach them what's an error. How do you know
Well,
what's an error?
okay, good point. What it is you've got 4 different squares here. They should all blend into the background, and you shouldn't see
You
any
shouldn't see 'em.
differentiation
Right.
in luminance
Right.
between these squares
Right.
at all.
Right.
And same for red, where you've got, and blue also for that matter, but you know, these two and these two should be the same luminance.
That's right.
And on the bottom, we've got the opposite problem. These two are dark, these two are lighter. That's
So what you guys are looking at is what professional calibrators and what engineers look at when they're developing these products and calibrating. So you're experiencing what these high-end guys do.
Samsung has a minor issue with red. It's just a little bit too bright.
really
Yeah, sure.
interesting.
I wonder.
It handles green well, but it struggles
How's
with
this
red.
one?
Fine.
Wow.
So when you put the appropriate filter that you're looking at the color at together, you should see equal luminance in that color.
One
Okay,
other
here's some
thing,
more, here's some more.
if you're looking at the Elite though with a filter, it's not going to be right because we have a 4-element TV
Right.
here
Mike, you
instead
want
of a 3.
Right.
You can't set color on something that's not RGB with setting
Right,
color bars
right.
or this pattern.
So it's not a fair test. We haven't
not a
developed
fair
a
test for that.
Right.
We don't have a test for that,
Right.
in fact,
Right.
Wow.
because these guys have come up with something brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be right on the line. If you're seeing a slight error, it's the filter, probably.
What's
If you're seeing a very slight error, it's probably the filter.
No, I mean, it looks...
If it's gross,
great.
then there might be a problem.
No, it
I
looks
think it's pretty good.
almost spot on, and the red is awesome.
Yeah.
So,
So this is a test for proper color decoding, color accuracy.
And now to Bill Schindler's point, we put on some real movie material. I have something I was playing earlier. It's called The Tourist,
The other thing.
which is an extremely saturated, lush, rich film. And it's good material to look at this. You know which ones are pretty accurate according to what we're looking at here. Take a look at the scene we put up on this movie and look at skin tones. And you'll see some of them are going to look a little more saturated than the ones that are correct. And we'll take a look at that right now.
Yeah, that's right.
So actually right here on his face is a good thing to look at real quick. Again, if you're off axis on any of the LEDs,
You might want to walk around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, walk around a little bit.
And you really want to look at you want to look at LCD television straight on. That means
Yeah.
not elevated. You can kneel down.
Pinstripe.
You leave me.
Huge difference when you're on axis.
Yeah.
Yeah.